How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys fan, born to battle. Star on our chest means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. When the star shines bright, that's when we win. Angry Cowboys fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the angry Cowboys fan. And with the Philadelphia Eagles shutting the door on the Dallas Cowboys' potential to sneak into the 2025-2026 NFL playoffs, the Dallas Cowboys organization, as well as Cowboys Nation, really should take a look at what landed this Dallas Cowboys team in the situation it finds itself in this past year. What, in fact, caused this Dallas Cowboys team to be one of the teams that will be enjoying the playoffs from the comfort of their own damn homes? Let's talk about that a little bit more during this Raw and Uncut. Get ready for the angry Cowboys fans, Raw and Uncut.
Keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
Cowboys Nation, I'm just going to pre-warn you that I might go on a rant during this video. I just want to give y'all a heads up, just in case y'all ain't looking forward to it. But this year was a complete shit show from our Dallas Cowboys. There were games where the offense didn't put out the outcome everybody in Cowboys Nation knows that they could put out. There were games where the offensive play calling by Brian Schottenheimer wasn't up to par or up to the standard that Michael Irvin speaks about, if you want to go to that terminology. But there were games where the offense should have scored more points than what they put out on the field. With a powerhouse, with a powerful offensive weaponry like CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Javonte Williams, Jake Ferguson, Dak Prescott, Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, and Tyler Booker, this Dallas Cowboys offense should have been able to consistently put up 23 points or more per game. So as far as this season, the Dallas Cowboys offense have actually averaged 29.1 points per game, ranking them number 5, 5th in the league, Cowboys Nation. But according to ESPN.com, so far this season, the Dallas Cowboys offense ranks number 1 in total yards per game, number 1 in passing yards per game, 16th in rushing yards per game, and number 1 in receiving yards per game. You want to know where the Dallas Cowboys defense ranks, Cowboys Nation? The defense ranks 29th in the league this year, 29th in total yards allowed per game, 32nd in total receiving yards allowed per game, 18th in total rushing yards allowed per game, and 31st in total points per game. What does this tell us, Cowboys Nation? It tells us that one side of the ball is handling their business well enough to get this team a playoff berth, while the other side of the ball did everything in its power to have this team miss the playoffs this year. Remember that old saying that everybody repeats throughout the year? Defense wins championships? Well, this year, our defense couldn't live up to that saying. But with different conversations that I've had with multiple Dallas Cowboys fans, the blame continues to land on the Dallas Cowboys offense. Those same fans truly believe that the offense should be able to score more points, seeing that our defense was the weak point of this team. I completely disagree with this sentiment, Cowboys Nation, because if the defense was the weak point of the team, there would be no excuse for it. Those same fans wouldn't be saying that the defense should have to bail out the offense. The defense should have to work harder to mask the inefficiencies of the offense. That wouldn't happen, Cowboys Nation. Also, I've had the conversation about how the stats are irrelevant because we didn't win enough games to make it to the playoffs. I truly believe that's not a talking point because people don't want to accept the fact that more often than not, this Dallas Cowboys offense did more than enough to win games. That's if this Dallas Cowboys defense could have held up their end of the bargain. But I won't get up here and say that there were games where the Dallas Cowboys offense couldn't have scored more points to help this team win. I think that the first game against the Philadelphia Eagles, they could have scored more points. The game against the Chicago Bears, they could have scored more points. The game against the Arizona Cardinals, this Dallas Cowboys offense could have put more points up on the board during that game, especially the Cardinals game, the game that I was in the house for, my first home game, Cowboys Nation. But in the same breath, there were games like the Green Bay Packers game, the Carolina Panthers game, the Denver Broncos game, the Detroit Lions game, the Minnesota Vikings game, where the points that the Dallas Cowboys offense scored should have been more than enough to secure a victory if we had a top 15 defense. Not even a top 5 defense, Cowboys Nation, a top 15 defense. Let's take the Minnesota Vikings game, for instance. The Minnesota Vikings scored 34 points on our Dallas Cowboys defense. During their entire season so far, the Minnesota Vikings only scored 34 points or more in 2 games. The first game was against the Cincinnati Bengals, and y'all know how that defense is. And can you guess the other game? It was against our Dallas Cowboys. The Carolina Panthers scored 30 points only 3 times the entire season so far. They scored 30 points against the Atlanta Falcons both times that they played them because they're division rivals. And can you guess the other team? The Dallas Cowboys. In their losses, the highest that they've scored was 22 points, and that was against the Arizona Cardinals with 27 points. If people think that the Dallas Cowboys offense could score more, can we admit to ourselves that the Dallas Cowboys defense could have held them to 1 less touchdown? But from my perspective, this Dallas Cowboys offense did its job a majority of the season. 40 points should have been more than enough to beat the Green Bay Packers. 27 points should have been more than enough to beat the Carolina Panthers. 30 points should have been more than enough to beat the Lions. And 26 points should have been more than enough to beat the Vikings. But I'm not going to get up here and say that the personnel this Dallas Cowboys team has wasn't enough to get the job done. I feel that each player on the defensive side of the ball has the talent required to make this defense a formidable opponent. I also feel that the coaching was a huge problem for the personnel for this team. But to go into the 2026 season with Matt Eberflus is just like the Dallas Cowboys going into the 2021 season with Mike Nolan. It just cannot happen. Mike Nolan was hired January of 2020 and was fired January of 2021. One subpar year of defensive play was all that Jerry and Stephen Jones needed to see in order to make a decision to move on from Mike Nolan. Will it be more than enough to move on from Matt Eberflus as well? This year, the Dallas Cowboys organization, as well as Cowboys Nation, witnessed the defensive personnel of this team get ridiculed for the outcomes of each and every loss, with Matt Eberflus receiving little to no accountability for how the defense looked out on the field. Cowboys fans giving players like Kenneth Murray Jr., Jack Sanborn, Kyer Elam, Mozzie Smith, Trayvon Diggs, Maurice Leofau, and Osa Odigizua, did I butcher his name this time? Taking the blunt end of the criticism instead of fans looking at the cause of the miscommunication on the field, and that being the scheme of Matt Eberflus forced on this defensive squad. Let's not act as if we didn't see Brian Schottenheimer voice his displeasure on the sidelines during the Minnesota Vikings game. When it came to how the Dallas Cowboys defense looked, he voiced his opinion out there. Y'all remember the interaction between Schotty and Eberflus? If you don't, I'll give it to you right here. Take a look.
Illegal formation backs it up to the 8-yard line.
This 3-wide receiver set has helped.
The timeout taken here by the Cowboys as they had some personnel issues trying to match with that. Well, that just speaks to watching the game, right? The first part of the game was smash it in there. Our big guys have the handle of your big guy.
That clip that you just saw? That's not an interaction between two coaches that entered their tenure together or was hired by the head coach himself. This is a frustration from a head coach who had little to no say over his defensive coordinator. And that's one of the issues that I feel that this Dallas Cowboys team's had to deal with this entire year. To keep it a buck, that's what a head coach for the Dallas Cowboys has had to deal with for a number of years. Whether it's offense or defense, the head coach has had to deal with having to coach alongside someone they didn't bring to this team themselves and was hired or promoted from inside by Jerry and Stephen Jones. It also seems that when Jerry and Stephen Jones puts their hand in the cookie jar, the outcome doesn't benefit this team. It's no secret that Matt Eberflus was hired by Jerry and Stephen Jones because of his former connection with the Dallas Cowboys. Mike Zimmer, he was hired by Jerry and Stephen Jones, and that only started to work when Mike Zimmer started crafting the scheme around his talent instead of forcing his scheme on the players like Matt Eberflus has done all year. Now you got Matt Eberflus in the booth calling defensive plays instead of being on the sideline with his players calling plays. I believe this is the start of the divorce between Brian Schottenheimer and Matt Eberflus. If Jerry and Stephen Jones don't elect to move on from Eberflus at the end of this year, I feel it's going to create yet another rift in this team. More importantly, a rift in the coaching staff. And as I bring you this video right now, our Dallas Cowboys defense is currently getting ran over by the Los Angeles Chargers. That unit can't seem to get off the damn field on third downs. No matter what's going on, no matter what the down and distance is, this Dallas Cowboys defense can't find its way to a fourth down. I believe it just found itself to a fourth down as we speak. But the secondary continues to get burnt by Keenan Allen and the wide receivers for the Chargers. Omarion Hampton continues to gash this Dallas Cowboys defense as I make this video for you right now. But let me guess, it's still up to the offense to continue to pick up the damn slack and score more points than the Los Angeles Chargers, right? But this is why the thumbnail is what it is, Cowboys Nation. A play on the movie Remember the Titans, because that's what some fans think this is. The Dallas Cowboys offense is supposed to lift the entire team to victory without the help of the defense or special teams. The offense is supposed to march its way down the field, score the football, and then watch its defense give up another touchdown. Wash, rinse, repeat. Those who play football or watch with a critical eye, y'all understand that that's not the case, Cowboys Nation. That all sides of the ball, including special teams, needs to be clicking in order for this team to progress and be competitive. I don't know how many damn times I gotta say that complimentary football is what wins games in this league. It's not hero ball from one player or even just one side of the ball. And until we fix the defensive side of the ball while keeping the offense strong and intact, we're going to continue to see this type of results out on the field each and every game. So my advice to Jerry and Stephen Jones, y'all better give Matt Eberflus his damn walking papers at the end of this season. I expect to see the same type of headlines that I saw firing Mike Nolan with Matt Eberflus. I don't want them to just give the defensive coordinator position to Aaron White-Cotton. I don't want him to do that just because of continuity. I want them to give Brian Schottenheimer full authority to go out there and find the candidate that he wants to coach this damn defense. The candidate that he feels will make this defense a top 16 defense and not a bottom 16 defense. Also, I want to see Nick Sorensen and whoever he brought to this damn team off this damn team next year. Our special team unit used to be feared throughout the league. Now it's nothing but fair catches and getting pinned in our own territory. If this team wants to be successful, it has to get rid of whatever's holding it back. And I feel what I'm covering in this video is the main thing that's been holding the Dallas Cowboys back. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Cowboys Nation, what do you feel about what I've been talking about during this video? Do you feel that the start of a turnaround starts with the firing of Matt Eberflus? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and you want to help get it out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans, drop a like on this video, share this content with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and if you're on your mobile device, make sure you hype this video. Doing so will help bring more Dallas Cowboys fans to the channel so we can root on our Dallas Cowboys together. And if you are DC for life and you want changes to be made and be made the first day of the offseason, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, or film breakdowns. And also, if you want to catch my Madden 26 or College Football 26 gameplay, you can head over to the new channel, the Angry Cowboys Fan Gaming Channel. Make sure you head on over and hit that subscribe button. Your man will be waiting for you. But something's got to give with this Dallas Cowboys team, Cowboys Nation. I feel that you'll see a better result if Jerry and Stephen Jones allows the head coach to truly coach and for them to stop bringing duds to this damn team just because they got a history with them. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.